The address last night from the president. Let's bring in House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning. So when you heard that, what was your reaction? My reaction was July. Hopefully we'll be back to normal by then.
I didn't know he was a party planner.
Look, I was hoping it was going to inspire Americans, not try to intimidate us. You know, instead of denouncing China, he tried to discredit Operation Warp Speed. I was actually waiting for him to actually take credit for inventing the internet, too. You know, if I want to celebrate, I can go to Florida or Texas today. And if we're going to have all this by May 1st, why do we have to wait another 2 months?
Yeah, good point.
It was frustrating to me.
You know, one of the things he did yesterday that was good for a lot of people was he said that by May 1st, every adult who wants a shot should be able to register to get one. Doesn't mean they can get it by May 1st, but register. And he's opening it up. He's going to make it possible for dentists to give it, and paramedics and veterinarians. And we were talking to Geraldo about that about an hour ago, and I joked, I don't know about a veterinarian, but because I've never gotten a shot from a vet. But if that's the listen, they give good shots. I was joking, obviously. But if that is how we reopen our economy, by trying to flood the zone with as many shots as possible, people should roll up their sleeves and get the shot, right?
Yes, they should. But how is he able to provide that shot? Operation Warp Speed. He also said when he got into office that they didn't have the vaccine until he came in, even though he was already vaccinated. Let's give credit where credit is due, because it is the American ingenuity that came together, that we had a virus hit us from China, that we came together and made vaccines. Now there's 3 out there that's already approved. So we're producing more than 2 million a day into people's arms. I say every American that wants the vaccine should get it. But also, every American should be able to go back to work, back to school, and back to health. The other thing that he's going to do, he's going to sign a bill that's going to cost every family of 4 $22,000. And the thing he's not telling you is what's in this bill. Let me just point out 3 things what your hardworking taxpayers' money's going for. You are now going to provide bonuses up to $25,000 to government employees and bureaucrats. And if you're not part of the swamp, you get nothing. Your money's going to pay for illegal immigrants' health care. Your money also is being sent to San Francisco City, where your money will be spent giving alcohol and marijuana to the homeless. That is what that bill is doing. And 2/3 of the money for the schools don't even come forward to 2023. And there's $1 trillion still sitting there from the 5 bills we've already passed. This is a waste of money. Less than 9% is going to COVID. This is a payoff to Pelosi's political friends.
And if they're going to go around and try to get momentum behind the $1.9 trillion, they should go to prisons, because prisoners are getting some money for this too. So that should be great. I got to talk about.
Where's that, Brian? But where's that money coming from? It's your hard-working taxpayer money. Of course. Every American should know it. You just got a bill for $22,000, and that's what your money's being spent on.
So let's talk about.
Everyone should know it and tell their elected officials.
So here's what Nancy Pelosi says: because this passed and there was no Republican support, she claims that you guys are trying to deflect. Listen to what she said yesterday.
When you have been focused on COVID, the Republicans have been talking about immigration. When you were focused on the Voting Rights Act, they were talking about immigration. Today, you're talking about Fight for 15. Today, they're talking about immigration. I'm wondering if House Democrats, if you guys, why are we not seeing the same thing? Is this a distraction on their part?
I guess their Dr. Seuss approach didn't work for them. So now they've had to change the subject.
Well, I guess you start referring to the cancel culture when they knocked out some children's books. What's your response to her?
Well, my response to her, look what has happened in the short amount of time they've controlled all. Your gasoline price is up. Biden has created a crisis on the border that he won't admit. 100,000 illegal immigrants were encountered just last month. Put that in perspective. Right. That is larger than the hometown of Scranton, Pennsylvania of our President Biden. And now it's only growing month after month. He tears the wall down in a border, but he puts it around the Capitol. Now he's eliminated almost 1 million jobs into the energy sector, making our adversaries stronger, Russia and China. He won't denounce China when they provided a virus to the entire world. Iran is now doing naval tests with Russia. They're sending missiles into Iraq. China is pushing the envelope into Japan and others, and Taiwan. And we're sitting here with a president that won't take questions for the last 50 days from the American public to answer why do we have a crisis at the border. Right. Last week, I sent him a letter to sit down and have a meeting on it. He still has not answered.
Well,
so I will go to the border. I'm going to the border on Monday. I'm taking 12 other members with me so we can actually solve this problem if the president wants to continue to try to create it and ignore it.
Will they let you in the facilities?
Yeah,
Sorry,
good
Steve.
question. Ainsley.
Well, I think it's going to be kind of difficult for them if there's 12 members of Congress who fund these facilities that they won't allow in. I know they've taken away the COVID restrictions for these children. If you want to fly into America today, you've got to show that you've been vaccinated or had a test. Right. But as they're letting the illegal immigrants into our country, there is no test required. They're letting them right on in to compete with the 10 million Americans who are out of work. That's what we've got with after this election.
All right. Well, after you go down to the border on Monday, please come back and tell us what you saw.
Yep.
Glad to do it.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.